Hey friends, Joe here. Today we're doing something a little different. We're gonna be ranking Pokemon anime characters. Now I know what you're thinking. Joe, you've never done this. You've never you've never made any videos about the anime. And while that may be true, on Twitter I've been raving about the Pokemon Journeys anime pretty much every week, every time a new episode comes out. And I've been loving it. And I've always been a fan, and I've always wanted to try doing some kind of more videos on it. And I figured this would be a fun place to start because you get my opinion on all the characters. Now, I've found this tier list, and let me tell you, there's a lot of characters on it. And I'm gonna guarantee that I'm not gonna remember some of these. Now, some of these, a good few of these I might remember, but there's a good chance I'm not gonna remember a good few of them. And if that is the case, I am sorry. But I'm gonna do my absolute best. Right. So let's get started. We're gonna go in order, and I'll try and be as brief as I can because, as you know, there's a lot of them. But I'll try and give my overall thoughts on the characters as well. So we'll go in the order that's given to me, and I mean Ash is first. He is the protagonist. I feel like honestly some people could put him lower, but nah. In Journeys especially, he's been really cool. As much as the battles recently he's been in haven't been as interesting as some of the previous ones, that's not a fault of him. That's just the fault of his. That's just the fault of the editors and the writers. Like him in general has actually been really cool lately. So easy S tier. If this was like if I was going off a different like a specific region of him, I could definitely put him lower. Like Hoenn would probably be in like B or C. Pikachu, we'll put him in A for now. I don't really want to put him in S. I think there were characters. I think there's a lot of characters that I enjoy watching on screen way more than Pikachu. But I mean, it's Pikachu, so you can't really put him too low. Jessie, I'm gonna throw in B. I never got super attached to Jessie. I mean, she's cool, and I mean, she's been in the show, been like the same amount of time as Ash basically. But I never had like a super. I never had as close of a connection to her as I did with James. James is the best member of Team Rocket. No one can deny that. I mean, you can. Everyone has their own opinion, but nah, to me, it's always been James. James is fucking hilarious. He always has like so many. He always has so many wholesome moments as well. Like even in Journeys with the Morpeko episode, the man just has so much character to him. And that's not to say Jessie doesn't have character, because she definitely does have some great episodes. But I think James has more. Meowth probably goes around in the same tier as Jessie. I'd probably put him above Jessie, just because personally, I see, I think I feel more attached to him than I would Jessie. But this doesn't mean that any of these three are bad. Team Rocket is iconic, and I'm so glad that they are still in the anime in some regard, even if it's not as often anymore. If anything, I actually kind of like that they're not in it as often as more anymore. Wobbuffet. Now, I fucking love Wobbuffet. He is an S tier, but he's got to be A tier. The man is he's funny. And whenever you send him into battle, there's a 50-50 chance he'll either not do anything at all or absolutely destroy whatever it's fighting and surprise the heck out of everyone. So I think Wobbuffet is definitely I definitely enjoy watching Wobbuffet's moments more than Pikachu because like they're rarer and whenever they happen they're always so cool and very funny. I feel like this is a controversial one no matter where I put Misty. I feel like if I put her too high, there are definitely going to be people who are going to be like, but Misty is amazing. And if I put it too high, people are going to be like, Misty's shit. If I put them too low, then people are going to say, she's amazing. How attached am I to Misty? That's a good question. Honestly, I remember more bad things about her than I do good things, which is a concern because I know she has a lot of good moments. But for some reason, the bad parts stick out more. I think she's definitely nowhere near. She's not C tier or below. She's B tier or above. It's for me if she's above Jessie. I'm gonna say yes, but not above Meowth. It's gonna be my canon for that. This thing. Okay, now I'm considering E purely for the fact that the Unova League arc had an episode where this thing just gets lost for an entire episode, like in the middle of the fucking league, and we spent the whole episode just focusing on this thing being lost. But in Journeys, it's come back and it's fully evolved. I'm assuming this is Iris's Axew. It's come back and it's fully evolved. And it's like Iris's ace now, and it's really cool. So, basing it off that, I'll bump it up to D. But there's a battle with it coming up against Cynthia. And depending on how it is against in that battle, I could definitely move it up to C. Okay, Silent. He used to be easier for me, I'll be honest. He used to be like the lower tier, because he used to be one of the things I didn't like about Black and White. But after watching more episodes, that's changed. Like I went and rewatched a few episodes of Black and White recently and a few scenes, and my opinion on him has actually changed quite drastically. Nowhere near to the point of like Misty level or Ash level, of course. But I'd say CT is a good place for him. He definitely used to be at the very bottom, but no anymore. Definitely not anymore. Serena is an interesting one because I used to love Serena. When I was watching X, Y, and Z, I loved Serena. Like she was one of my favorite characters. And I mean she's still cool now, but I'll be honest. I went and like really thought about like what happened with her and like everything I watched about her, and it sort of came to me that the only reason I really liked Serena was because of the love she had with Ash and like that whole storyline. And that was like one of the main reasons that I even liked her. I think I just wanted to see how that developed because I liked seeing the two of them interact because I was totally down for that. Just watching that was just so fun. She does have some good moments, I will admit. But the showcases, especially, I think, just they're really not as good as I think the show wanted them to be. Like they're actually kind of bad, to be honest. That doesn't mean she's a bad character though, but my opinion definitely has shifted on her. I'll leave her at the bottom of B for now because I definitely like her more than Silent. But I can't put her any higher. Clement low key is amazing. I love Clement. Like I'd put him above Pikachu but below Wobbuffet. Clement is actually probably one of my favorite companions. And you know what? Bonnie as well. Bonnie is what everything Max should have been. Clement and Bonnie are great characters. Clement and Bonnie both got great character development, especially Bonnie, I think, got a lot of character development towards the end of X, Y, and Z with Zygarde and everything. I love both of them so much. Definitely some of my favorite companions, and seeing them returning Journeys was great. They hadn't changed at all, and it was beautiful. Serena returning Journeys as well, but she also didn't change. But these two had a more prominent role with Ash and everything in the main plot line. The Dene, I mean, it was a Pokemon. It was owned by Bonnie. I mean, it is owned by Bonnie. I guess it's owned by Clement technically. As for where it goes, I mean, I never really felt super attached to it. So I'll put it above Axew. I never really felt super attached to the Dene. Rotom Dex is actually quite funny. I like how like in the recent Alola episode that came out where like they had the big reunion. Like I think was father was like was like fanboying on fanboying. He was like crying over Mon returning. And then Rotom Dex just bashes him out of the way and goes, Professor Mon, hello, it's me. I'm the Rotom Dex. I feel like he has a lot of comedic moments, which I think is good. He was one of like the more enjoyable parts of X, Y, and Z for me. I mean, so we'll throw him not X, Y, and Z, Sun and Moon. Sorry, I'll throw him there, but I might change these around as time goes on. So the Sun and Moon Gang is next, basically. There's a lot of people in the Sun and Moon Gang, and I was never like super attached to many of them. But I did go back and rewatch the series recently a little bit, and that has helped my opinion on some of them. So Lana, I think, was always a cool character. I don't want to put her super high. Uh, I would say I'd put her above Silent. I don't really want to put her in B or above. Lily was really cool. I've always liked Lily. I loved her development with how she couldn't touch Pokemon. She was always such a cool and really well developed character. I loved her return in Journeys as well, especially. Honestly, I'll throw her above Wobbuffet, honestly, because I really liked every time she was on screen. She was really cool. Mallow was a good character as well. I don't think she was as developed as Lana, but I do remember the two of them had a battle where she got some really nice development. But I remember stuff that Lana did more than stuff that Mallow did. So I'll put her below Silent. I think I'm happy with that. Misty's Togepi, which is now a Togetic. Honestly, I mean, it had some really cute moments, and I love that there's like also a few times throughout the show that it's used metronome, and Misty and them just had no idea that it used metronome, and it caused for some funny moments. I remember its return was really sad as well. It feels criminal to put it above Missy, so we'll throw it. We'll throw it. No, actually, yeah, it feels criminal to put it above Jessie even and Serena. Honestly, putting a Pokemon above any characters feels kind of criminal. That doesn't feel right, but we'll do it. Similar to Silent, Sophocles also used to be E tier because I don't, but he's still not that high. Like I genuinely will put him here. Maybe above Axew, purely because I don't think he got as much development as some of the other characters. He did come back for like a solo episode in Sun and Moon Journeys, which was cool, and he got a little more development there, which was nice. But I was never super huge on Sophocles. Kiawe was really powerful. I really wish we got to see him and Ash in like a proper battle. We got to see them in like a couple of battles here and there, but we never really got to see them like in a proper battle, like in the league or anything. But I always thought he was a cool character. I put him above the Rotom decks, and I'm happy with that. Okay, Go is an interesting one. Now, Go is like incredibly split. There were some people on Twitter who, for some reason, absolutely despise this character, and I don't really get why. I've never understood why people dislike Go. It's never made like any sense to me. I've personally always thought he was a good addition to the roster. He's not my favorite character by any means, but I definitely don't hate him. I actually think he's a good character. I'd put him above Kiawe because but I feel like that's kind of recency bias because obviously Journeys is currently still going on, and I do like him. I can't really put him above Meowth. You know what? I'm gonna make a controversial pick here. I actually like Meowth more than Pikachu, so we're gonna change those around. This does not mean I hate Pikachu. I love Pikachu, but I think Meowth is more. I think Meowth is great. And I can't put Go above Pikachu though. I think that's a good place to put it. I think that's a good place to put him though. Okay, Chloe. Now, absolutely not a bad character in concept, but the show has done her so fucking dirty. She deserves so much better than the shit she's gotten. There's like apparently only like 20 episodes left of Journeys, and she's been under-edited like hell. It's like I'm watching Survival Australia and she's getting the purple edit. Except instead of there being 25 episodes of us having to try and find scenes from her, there's 120, and there's been like no screen time for her in like the last 70, I guess. Like I mean there's been some episodes that have been dedicated to her, but like even those like whenever like that they never seemed like the most developing for her specifically. It started off really good, and I think she had a lot of potential, but I think they missed it all. I do like her character, but I can't put her above Mallow just because I do remember Mallow getting more development than she has within the time frame of Sun and Moon compared to what Journeys has been through. I do like her as a character, but I really wish they gave her more. This man easily goes A. I mean S even. I'd even put him above Ash. Actually, I can't do that. Definitely S tier. Brock is great, and I think in Diamond and Pearl especially, he had some good development with him finding out he was a doctor and stuff. That's I do kind of wish there was like a bit more to it throughout the middle of the season. It kind of came to a thing towards the end of it, but he was always a funny character, and he was always quite wise, and he was on the show for a long time. He definitely had a lot of great moments. Actually, I don't know if I can put him in S. I still like him. I don't think I like him enough to put him in S though, because I feel like he should have gotten like a little more development earlier. But like I feel like during Hoenn he wasn't really doing a whole lot. But I still love him. Okay. Now here's the deal with Tracy. People either don't remember him or don't like him. I think I've seen like one person on Twitter who says they like Tracy. Now, I'm not a massive Tracy fan, but I don't hate him. I actually think he's like an okay character. But I really wish they did more of him. I'll put him here because I think no, actually no, I'll put him there. I'll put him above Sophocles. I don't think I'll put him above Dedenne. But I do like Tracy. I do like Tracy. I think Tracy definitely gets too much crap. May is a great protagonist. Probably one of my favorites. I'm so sad she's probably not returning in Journeys because her Japanese voice actor is ill. I don't think they can do voice acting anymore because of that. She got so much development as well because in the start of the season she was in, like, she didn't even like Pokemon. She only got a Pokemon just to go out and explore the world. She wasn't even going to do anything with them. And then she became, like... I think everyone calls her, like, the Princess of Hoenn. Now, these days, I mean, like, that's a well-deserved title. Like, she's a great character. She has had a lot of development. On the other hand, you know what? I'm going to make another tier. Just add a little bit low. There we go, and we'll change the color. What color should we use? Let's use. What color do we want? Let's use. Yeah, there we go. Let's do that. Let's do F tier. Now, I'm sorry, but I have no redeeming qualities for Max. I just don't like him. I've never liked him. There's never been a moment in anything I've watched during Pokemon that's made me like this character. Like, not even the voice or his personality or anything he's done. Ever since he appeared on screen, I've not liked him. And I'm sorry if that offends some of you. I totally can understand why some people like him. There definitely are probably some qualities there, and he does have some good episodes. I know there's an episode of him in the Vaults that's like super good and gives him like a lot of nice development. But there's just too many snarky moments of him, especially towards the beginning of the season, that like left a bad first impression of me, and it's been hard for me to like overcome them. You know what? Do I hate him that much? I'm starting to think of like all the other stuff he's done. He's not that bad, okay? But I still don't like him. I've never liked him. But the more I think about it, the more I think I can't put him in F. Okay, Dawn. I do like Dawn. She also got a decent amount of development. But I always felt May's was better. And that may be a controversial take. I don't hate her at all. I love her. She's great. I'll put her above Brock even. But I think May is probably the best female protagonist that they've had, in my opinion. So I'll leave that there. Dawn's Piplup is adorable. It has a lot of funny moments as well. I also love the episode where it like didn't want to evolve and how much it tried to resist that. That was really cool. Putting it above Clement and Bonnie seems a bit strange. Hmm. Putting it above Pikachu feels even weirder. I think that's a good place because I think Pikachu and Piplup are kind of like equals to me. Kind of for different reasons, but yeah. Okay, Iris. Now, again, similar to Silent, um, and Max and other people, this is why I was. This was my original opinion on Iris, but that's changed quite significantly as of late. Again, similar to what I did with Silent, I rewatched a bunch of black and white stuff recently. Also, she's been in Journeys a decent amount. Well, I'd say a decent amount. She's been in 2 episodes, but still. And I really liked her returns in Journey so far. They've been really good. So, with all that in mind, yeah, I'm putting her above Serena. I'm sorry. Damn, this is really making me realize how much I just didn't like Serena as much. You know what? That's a lot of people would be. I'm sorry. I think medium is like a good spot for Serena. I can't put her any lower than that. I'll admit, Iris has grown with me. All right, Gary. There was no question. He is my favorite character. Gary is my favorite character in the whole anime. It's very hard to compare. He's always been good. I think I wish they gave him more screen time, but ever since he like disappeared in Diamond and Pearl, every season I was like, I really want him to come back. And like there's just this draw to him and his character that I've always wanted to see again and again. And then he returned in Journeys, and he's been amazing in Journeys so far. I've loved watching him in Journeys. Gary is my favorite character, and I know he probably should appear more for that to be the case, but nah, Gary is my favorite. All right, Richie. Damn, I wish Richie was in like the Masters 8 or something, or like he's come back. Like, how has Richie not come back yet? Like, he was Ash's like first rival, and okay, and Richie also had a bunch of stuff in Pokemon Chronicles, the side series, which was really good as well. Um, I think Pokemon Chronicles boosts him up a bit because I feel like if I didn't watch those episodes, he wouldn't be as high. But because he appeared in those and was actually quite good in those, I actually will put him a little higher on my list. I wouldn't put him above Serena just because Serena definitely got more development than he did. But I will put him there because I think if he wasn't in Chronicles, he'd be way lower. But because he was in a few of those episodes, that definitely makes up for it in my opinion. But yeah, there we go. Harrison, I think is his name. That we're probably gonna get to. We're getting to like the side characters now. Harrison was good. I think he was the one that introduced us to the Hoenn Pokemon, to the Hoenn region. Because he had a Kecleon and a Blaziken, and I think maybe another one, but I can't remember off the top of my head. He had a good battle of Ash. I actually think his battle of Ash was really good. He won, which makes complete sense because obviously he was using Pokemon that Ash had never seen before. But he also never really got a lot of development. He was the rival that literally just came at the end of the league to or came out of the league to end Ash's chances. But he did show off some cool new things at the time, which boosts him up. I can't see myself putting him in C, but I will put him in D. Okay, Drew. I really like Drew. Drew is my favorite like companion rival. Companion rivals are basically like the companions of Ash, and like when they have rivals. And Drew is obviously the main rival to May. and I love May, and I love Drew a lot too. I've always thought Drew was such a good character, and he actually got some development as well, like especially towards the end of Hoenn, or maybe it might have been the Kanto Battle Frontier Grand Festival saga. It's like the second half of Hoenn. Like him and May actually got some nice development because I remember he was like scared to lose to May, and he was surprised at how quickly she caught up, and he definitely went through a little bit of a character arc there, which I think was really cool. And he's always just had a really cool personality. He reminds me of Gary a little bit, not as much though, but I still love him. I honestly have always loved Drew. He's definitely A tier for me. It's just where in A tier he goes. Like, if I saw Drew was returning to the anime with May, I'd be very excited. I don't think I can see myself putting him above Brock, but I can put him above Lily. Because Drew was a very prominent, like, he had a lot of appearances in the show. Okay, Harley. Another May rival. He was very annoying, but he was so funny. But it wasn't as funny as some other people. He definitely had some moments. I think you were like meant to hate him. I think he was like that rival like you just wanted to hate because he fucked up May a lot. But I can't put him like below Harrison. I'll put him there. I don't like it because I actually do like Harley as much as other people don't. I thought he was a good character. Okay, now here we go. Morrison. Honestly, the advanced generation rivals were kind of shit. Well, the Ash advanced generation rivals for Hoenn were horrible in my opinion. They weren't good. May, on the other hand, had amazing ones. But Ash, man, like I'm not big on Morrison. I'm not gonna lie. I'm putting him below Max. I was never that huge on him. He went through a small arc in the battle against Ash, but I don't know. Uh, I'm not really too huge on him. Never really was. He was basically just another version of Ash. But he did have a bit of a character arc, I guess, in the battle with Ash. But yeah, Tyson is literally Harrison, but worse. So, but I'm putting him above Max. I'm putting him above Max just because I liked him more in advanced. Sorry, let me just take a drink real quick. I did like Tyson, but he's basically a worse version of Howson because he didn't show off anything new. And in my opinion, there's no reason I should have lost him. Like, he had a Meowth that had a hat and some boots. And apparently Ash couldn't get past that. I know there was more, obviously, but it was just crazy that that was his ace. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of Tyson. Soledad literally came out of nowhere just to beat May. I think she. I don't think she was in the first Grand Festival, was she? She came in. Wait, was she in the first Grand? No, I think she came in the Battle Frontier Grand Festival because she was definitely only in one of them. I think she ended up winning the Grand Festival in the Battle Frontier, but she didn't really do much. I think F tier is a bit of a bad place, and I think she did help with the May and Drew arc towards the end a little bit. But she just never did anything really. Like the battle between her and May was like so short. Like they cut out like half of it. I think they only like skipped towards the end where May was basically defeated, and it was actually kind of disappointing. So there's nothing really I can say to add to her character at all. Alright, Paul is S tier. There's like you might notice I favor some of the rivals a lot more than the main characters. Mostly because like the rivals always seem to have some kind of like development or character arc to them that like the main characters don't. Like Ash mostly, especially. Like he definitely has some moments, but I don't think he has like I feel like the rivals just have more personality sometimes. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a fan of snarky characters. I think honestly that might be it. Maybe I'm just a fan of like the snarky, sarcastic characters. I don't know. Maybe that's it. But I've always loved Paul. His return in Journeys was great. Probably one of the better returns in Journeys we've had. Much better than Alan, to say the least. Nando was actually really cool. I'll put him here. I'll put him above Harley, definitely. He's definitely a better rival than Harley was. He was mostly a Dawn rival, but I like how they also made him into a little bit of an Ash rival as well. Like they both made him they both basically made him decide that he wanted to do contests and gym battles, which was really cool. Like he wanted to follow both paths, and he did. He was a really cool rival for Dawn. I actually quite liked it. I think he was, but I remember him having a battle with Zoe, who was next on the list, and that was a really good battle as well. I think they actually developed him quite well. I wish he was a bit more of a rival to Ash towards the end, but they did have a battle, and Ash did win. And that was an okay battle. But out of the rivals, like in this sort of range, he's definitely the one I like the most. Zoe was a great rival. Like it's always apparently the coordinated rivals are great to me. I love the coordinated rivals. No, definitely not as good as Drew. I'll put Zoe there, which I know might be a bit too high, but I always thought she was just such a good character. I've always had a soft spot for Zoe, and I've always wished like more people talked about her because I thought she was a great character. So we'll do that. We'll put you there. That also might be a bit low. I'll be honest. That might be too low. But I don't remember anything about Kenny. I know she had. I think he had a crush on Dawn. I don't think that was ever like explicitly said, but I think it was very obvious. And I don't think he got much of a. I don't think he got like much development at all. I know he kept calling Dawn like a nickname that she really hated or something. I think he got kind of annoying for me. So I never like Kenny. So I guess Kenny starts the F tier. I don't think there'll be many people going. Actually, I'm seeing some people coming up. No, there's definitely some people going in F tier. Conway is somewhat similar to Harley in a way, but I can't put him above. I can't put him lower than Harley. I'll admit, Conway was fucking hilarious. He's so creepy, but he's so funny. I think that's a good place for him, but I honestly want to put him higher. So Conway was another Dawn rival. Well, no, even that actually, he wasn't really a Dawn rival. He was more of an. He wasn't really much of a rival. He was kind of just another character. I guess you could say he was an Ash rival, but like they never really had any battles up until the battle in the Sinnoh League. Like I think it was stated that he was doing the gym challenge and everything. Like to go to the league, but I don't think like the rivalry between him and Ash was ever like developed other than the battle they had, and the battle they had was really good as well. That's another reason he's so high. Is Conway's battle against Ash was so good, one of my favorites actually. I think it like deserves more. I wish it got like talked about more than it does. But yeah, Conway definitely gets deserves more respect. Well, maybe he was very creepy. Okay, Barry was a character. I mean, they matched his in-game character perfectly, and I loved how he was basically a Paul simp or Paul stan. Like the man just like the man was practically in love with Paul with how much he talked about him and how amazing he was. And I really think he was a good. I really think he was good. The battle with Paul was nice, although it did annoy me how he kept just telling his Pokemon to dodge like constantly. He never like told them to do almost anything else, especially with Empoleon. So I'll put him there. I'll put him below Conway. I'm not sorry. I think this is Ursula. I'm gonna get stuck on a few of these names. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, she was annoying. I remember she was like Dawn's main. I think she was like one of Dawn's other rivals in Sinnoh, and she was always annoying, so we'll put her there. Tobias is a character. Now, I can't realistically put Tobias in F. Even though we know nothing about him, I can't put Tobias in F. He's surrounded in so much mystery and was literally just there to defeat Ash's chances of winning. But despite that, I really want to see him again. I'll put him here above Tyson. Because he's definitely a character we haven't seen before, and he's shrouded in mystery, which actually kind of makes me like him more. Yeah, we'll put Tobias there. I think that's a good spot for him. Trip deserved better. I think if they gave Trip more development, he would have been a better character. I'll put him above Soledad, but I can't really put him any higher because they really didn't give him much development. Like, they had a battle against Ash. Like, he had a battle against Ash in the first round of the Unova League, and it was just a one-on-one battle, which was lame. I think they had a 6-on-6 earlier in the series, but it wasn't as good, from what I remember. And yeah, I just didn't really like him too much. I didn't really think he was that good of a character. I think they tried to make him a bit like Paul, but they failed quite miserably, in my opinion. Now Bianca, I'm not huge on Bianca, I'll be honest, but she was okay. Where can I put Bianca that won't make me sad? I'll put her there. I think that's an okay spot. I feel like other people would definitely put her higher, but I personally was never that huge on Bianca. So we'll throw her there. I can't remember much development she got in Black and White. I definitely remember she was like a rival for Ash for the most part, but I don't think they had many, if any, battles. They definitely didn't battle in the league. I think she lost to someone else who will be coming up in a minute. This girl, I cannot remember her name. I'm going to look it up because I am curious, actually, as to Burgundy. That's her name. I got it. Yeah, okay. I literally just googled Silen's rival. I had to remember her name. Okay. Burgundy, I don't remember anything about. I remember she exists, so she doesn't go in the I don't remember you tier. But I also don't think she got like any development, so we're gonna throw her at the bottom. I don't remember anything about any rivals Silent had personally, because his goal was weird to me. I never really understood like much of his plotline. I remember I remember she was a battler, and I think she wanted to beat Silent, but I don't remember like anything else. So we'll throw her there. I really think she deserved to go anywhere else. Stefan, I think, was actually like a decent Black and White rival. He was like the only good one. I think he actually had some episodes dedicated to him as well, which is really cool. I'll put him there because I think, no, you know what? I'll put him even higher. I'll put him. You know what? We'll throw him there. I think that's a good spot for him. I think Stefan was really good. Definitely not my favorite rival by any means, but I think he definitely had some good moments. So we'll put him there. Oh, I don't remember this person's name either. They were Iris's rival. If I type in Iris's rival, will it come up? Georgia, that's it, of course. Yep, I remember it now. Georgia, I think, was actually a decent character. Definitely not F tier. But I feel like they should have done more. They definitely should have done more with her. But she appeared more than Soledad, so that's enough for me. Like she was more of a constant presence than Soledad and Morrison were, so we'll throw her there. I think that's a good spot for her. We're just gonna throw you here. I can't realistically put you at the bottom because you at least had some things. Cameron is not good. I don't like Cameron. I think there are definitely some people that like him, and I mean that's fair. That's completely fair. But I'm just not huge on him. I mean, he beat Ash when he was stupid enough to bring only 5 Pokemon to the battle in a 6v6. He's not very smart, is he? He's not. He's an idiot. And then he just got wiped out in the next round to the guy who's next on the list, who realistically I wanted to see Ash battle a lot more. And like, I just wish this guy did more. He didn't. He was just kind of shown to be not very smart and got very lucky. That's the only reason he ended up winning. I don't remember anything else about his character other than him not being very smart. Who have we got? What's his fucking name? Virgil? Virgil, I think, was a good character as well, but at the same time, he's the exact same situation as Tyson. And he did have an episode dedicated to him after the league. But he also didn't battle Ash at all when he should have. And he did win the league in the end. After we lost to Cameron, Virgil then beat Cameron. And then Virgil ended up winning the whole thing. So, but he did have an episode dedicated to him afterwards. We'll put him there, and I think that's a good spot for him. Okay, I don't remember this person's name, but I know who they are. I believe this is the person Serena idolized to become. I think she's the current Kalos Queen. So the person Serena idolized to overcome and everything. She was like her main inspiration. I remember her actually getting a decent bit of depth, not like obviously a lot of depth, because like she definitely wasn't that much of like a character. I think that's a good spot for her, because I can't really put her above Trip in them, but I think she was a decent character for like what she was. I think that's who that is. I'm like pretty confident. Alan got fucked in Journeys. That will bring him down a bit for me. He's a great character though, and I can't deny everything else that like happened with him. I think I'll put him there, and I'm happy with that. I feel like if he had a better return in Journeys, I'd put him above Brock. But man, he got done dirty in Journeys. So dirty. It's not even funny how dirty he got done. I'm trying to remember her name, but she was funny. Oh, what's her name? I'm gonna have to look it up, and I'm gonna be really annoyed at myself after doing Miette. I just remembered it. She was funny. She was always teasing Serena about how much she liked Ash, like in front of Ash, and like Ash just never caught on. It was fucking hilarious. I actually think she was such a good character. I actually really liked her. So you know what? We're actually gonna put her decently high. I'll put her above Stefan. Actually, can I even put her above Chloe? Because like she's made me laugh more than Chloe. You know what? She was actually really funny. I think I can't realistically put her any higher, but I thought she was a funny character. I actually really liked her. Tiana was alright. I think Tiana was actually a pretty good character. He had a good rivalry with Ash. I think he ended up losing to Sawyer, who we'll talk about later in the league though. And they had a good battle as well. So Tiano can go. Where can Tiano go? We'll put him at the top of D. I think that's a good spot for him. I think the top of D is a good spot for Tiano. Shauna was a Serena rival, and she was also quite nicely developed. I'd say better. I mean, I don't know about developed, but I'll put her above Tiano because I actually think she was a good character. You can go right there. Trevor, who is this guy? Who the ginger guy? He got like no development at all. I can't even. That's it. That's a bad spot for him. We'll put him below Kenny, but above Ursula. And he didn't do anything. He doesn't do anything in the games either. Just in the anime, he was just there. He got like demolished by Elan. And I mean, fair play to him, as he should have. He just wasn't that good. He just wasn't that good of a character. I did like that he surprised us that he had Mega Evolution though in the league. That was cool. Okay, I definitely don't remember this person's name. I believe they were another Serena rival, but they just weren't very good. And I remember them getting like next to no development. So you know what? We'll put her there. And that could be harsh, but I don't even remember her name, and I think that's a problem. Sawyer. Don't know why I remember. Don't know why I forgot his name for a minute. I actually think Sawyer was another really well developed character. I think he was actually really good. In terms of where I'm gonna put him, oh, this is gonna make one or the other bigger. We'll put him. Put him above Zoe. I think that's a good spot. I'm quite content with that. I think Sawyer was a really good rival. Actually, really good rival. I don't think he was as good as like anyone else above him. I feel like maybe I have Drew too high, but now I like Drew a lot. I think B is a good place for him. Gladion is quite similar in that regard, I think. I really do like Gladion. He got some really nice development as well. He was a really good character. I think actually the top of B tier is a good place for Gladion. How is weird. So the thing with How is that I don't really like him in the games. And I definitely don't like him in the anime either because he didn't really do anything. I think F tier is too harsh. I'll put him below Trip. Because I think Ash and Trip's rivalry was held up, was actually done better than Ash and How's rivalry. Like, especially, like, there was, like, in the start of the Alola League, they had the 151 Battle Royale. And he showed up, like, at one point, but he didn't, like, do anything in it. Everyone else, I think, did something in it. Like, even Jesse and James had some stuff to do in it. He didn't. We got all, like, the original Advanced Series characters, like, side characters here now. How many more characters do we have left? Are we, like, halfway done? I don't know. I mean, like, eventually we're going to get to a point where, like, some of these I'm just not going to know. Or just, like, one-note characters with, like, nothing to say for themselves. So, Oak. Where are we going to put Oak? We'll put Oak. Oak is a good character. I mean, he is the professor. I feel like it'd be rude not to put him high because he is a good character. He always shows up and he always develops and he always gives us some kind of information. We'll put him at the end of A. I think is a good spot for him. Delia has shown to have some really caring moments with her. Even in Journey, she's had some really good. She had a good episode of Pikachu. And I've always liked Delia. Like, I really wish they gave her more screen time. I think they did I think they have done before. She similar to Richie got a lot of screen time in Chronicles, which is actually a pretty good reason to put her like around with him. I think actually above Richie's probably a good spot for her actually. Mr. Mime is a weird one. His appearance in Journey's definitely upped my opinion of him though, because that episode was great. Where he actually went into battle with Ash. That was such a good episode. I feel like just below Delia is actually a perfect spot for him. I don't really want to put him anywhere else. I think that's a good spot for him. How the hell do I rank Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny? Like they're literally the set. Wait, just I don't even know how I can rank them. Do I have to pick another tier for this? I don't really want to. I don't know. Like they don't. I mean, I guess that they're not F, so I guess they're E? I don't know. I mean, I can't really rank them. Unless it's like these specific ones from the specific episode, which I think is the first episode, actually, or the second episode. But, like, I don't really know how I can rank that. Giovanni. Now, if Giovanni appeared more often, he'd be S tier easily. But because he like barely appeared, he appeared in black and white to do an arc, and that was actually a really good arc. I actually quite enjoyed that. But dude, the man doesn't do anything anymore. He doesn't show up at all, basically. So that's gonna rob him of some points. It's a crime to put him below Tracy. We'll put him there. Because I mean, it's Giovanni. This thing can go in F. We'll put it at the top of F. Because it just kind of became annoying after a while. I did like how it returned in Sun and Moon, though. That was a really nice cameo. Cassidy and Biff, I'm sorry, I mean Barf, I mean Butch, of course. They're good characters, actually. I think they're actually really good characters. If they were like I think they were better Jesse and James in terms of just general like villains. They did returning journeys as well, which is really cool. I feel like I'll put them like on the. I'll put them like this because Butch is hilarious. I love Butch. Cassidy's decent too, but I think that's a good spot. Scott was a good character actually. I actually quite liked him. He's the guy who helped Ash around the battle frontier. I actually think he was like a really good character. So we'll put him decently high. I think we'll put him above Chloe. Put him there. I think that's a good spot for Scott. Hunter J was a vicious villain. She straight up fucking died in the anime. Like they straight up showed her ship like going deeper underwater and then exploding or something, and then her sunglasses or her visor just floating in the ocean, like cracked. I think that was crazy. That was really dark as well. But really, can I put her in many like I guess there because I liked her better than Harrison. She was a very vicious villain. Cynthia is actually Cynthia's like the only like constant champion that's like been around frequently, and she's a good character. Um, you know what? I think B is a good spot for her. I actually want to put her above Iris because I think Cynthia is just that good of a character, and I'm really excited for her battles in the Master Eight, in the Masters 8. Matori is like the side of as like the admin of Giovanni, I guess, or like the one of the main like admins of Team Rocket in the anime currently. She was a decent character, but again, I don't really think she's done too much. I think she was like more frequent in like Sun and Moon, like the beginning of Journeys, but she hasn't really done anything since. So I think she's like on the same level as the Kalos Queen woman, and I think that's a good spot for her. Now, Meloetta literally just existed for an arc, and it was cool, sure, but like did it really do anything? No, I mean it had some good moments. I'll put her like like there. I think it definitely had like some good stuff to it. Marin was a good character as well, but I don't really remember much of what she did. She had a relationship, like obviously with like her Chespin, which got captured by Team Flare and everything, and I mean that was cool, but like really, I didn't really see much from her. Like that's a good spot for her. I wasn't really too huge on her. Karina is someone who I think her return in Journeys has helped her out a lot. She returned a couple times in Journeys, which was great. And I think that's definitely improved my opinion of her. I think just below Scott is a good spot for Karina, gym leader who helped out. And she also is the reason Ash got Mega Evolution in the first place, which is amazing. So can't really deny that. I think CT is a good spot for her. Squishy, or I think was it? Yeah, I think Squishy is just its name at this point. Good character in X and Y. Actually, saw in the XY characters done. I thought we moved on, but no. I thought we got through the XY characters. I guess we didn't. Let's see. Where do we want to put you? I think Squishy and Axie being in like the same level is like pretty good. Actually, I can't really put it. You know what? No, I can't put it. I can't put it below Tracy because it actually did have some really good development and some good character moments, especially towards the end, like of the series with Bonnie. So yeah, I think that's a good spot. I think that's a good spot. Well, I don't really know if I can even rank Stubble because it didn't do anything. It was like Beware was the main thing, and like Beware's main thing was obviously sending Team Rocket back to base whenever it was doing something evil. Whenever they were doing something evil, and like that was funny. I'll put it there because I feel like putting it. I think putting it below Tracy is a crime. But how can I rank a fucking Stuffle? It didn't do anything. Kukui is at least A tier. I think that is a good spot for Kukui because he is a great character. Obviously, like the main professor of Alola and practically Ash's father figure at this point. We're getting through them, folks. We're getting through them. They're almost all done. I'll put like Oak there, Sam, like the Alolan Oak. I don't really remember much of it. We're getting to like the characters I really don't have much of an opinion on at this point. Samson Oak was just kind of there. Why did it look like I know we're skipping ahead, but I was looking at the other characters we had left, and I saw like Forrest, and I thought he was like holding a I thought he was holding a gun. I don't know why. Yeah, Samson Oak, I don't really remember much of what he did. I remember he was like doing Pokemon impressions or something. That's like all I remember about him. Again, how can I rank these three? Like there were multiples of all three of these Team Skullgrunts. There is nowhere that I can really rank them. But you know what? They had some development, so they don't go in F. I remember they had some development with Guzma towards the end of Sun and Moon. Like the multiples of them. So you know what? I think that's a good spot I think that's a good spot for them. I don't remember much about Nebby. I remember it was like kind of cool. Putting in ETS seems good. Above Bianca, probably above these guys. You know, at the top of ETS is a good. Lusamine is great as well. I think Lusamine was a good character. B tier? Nah, that seems too high. Above Conway. Is it good enough to go above Serena? Probably not. I feel like that's a good spot for Lusamine. I'm happy with that. It's your boy Guzma. I'm surprised we haven't come across anyone I just don't know yet. Like we come across people's names I don't remember, but that's not the same. Guzma's great. I love Guzma. And I think he also had a great character arc in Sun and Moon as well. Especially like during the league. I loved Guzma. I think BT is a great spot for him. Saguri? Professor Saguri? Right? I think that's his name. I could be wrong. It's the Saguri Institute, right? He's the main professor of Journeys. He's cool. He hasn't really done too much in terms of plot development, but I actually think he's a good character. So we'll put him. I think there. I think above Harrison's a good spot for him. But below Hunter J, I think that's a good spot for him. Okay. Ren? Was this? No, I don't know. No. I remember like so these two are like his assistants. And I'm gonna throw this guy in D and this girl E. I'm gonna put her like probably quite low because I don't remember anything she's done. But this guy had an episode dedicated to him, and that was actually a really nice, wholesome episode. I don't remember like anything this woman has done in the series so far. So you know what? We'll put her like actually quite low. And I'm gonna swap these two around too. Leon was a good character. I mean, Leon is a good character. I mean, he's someone that's shown out. He is the best trainer in the world. So I feel like it'd be kind of silly to put him too low. I actually put him quite high. Probably on the same level as Cynthia, to be honest. Below Cynthia. I think Leon's been a great character. I'd be surprised if we had any more like S tier characters on this list. Maybe we will. I'm not sure. Something went down between her and Brock. I don't know what it was, but it made Brock very sad. Every time people mentioned Professor Ivy's name, he just had a mental breakdown. It feels so. You know, we'll just put her there. I'm content with that. Similarly, Elm, I think was done pretty poorly in the anime. I don't think he did anything. He had like one episode, and I think that was it. I don't think he showed up again, except maybe he showed up on the phone at one point or another. But like in the anime, he just kind of showed up as being like ditzy and kind of dumb. Birch, I think, had a couple of extra episodes to him. Not many, but like enough to put him in E. I'd say like Marin levels of enjoyment for Birch. Rowan more so. Rowan definitely had more to him. I think I'll put Rowan there. We got like the professors now. I think this is the first character I just don't know anything about. I don't remember who that is. I think for the first time we have our first I don't know who this is. And I'm gonna feel bad because I'm probably gonna get comments saying, "Oh, it's this person." And then I'm gonna be like, "Oh yeah, of course it is. It's that person." Juniper's like same level as like I think Birch, I think, but better. I think she had a few episodes dedicated to her as well. This is Juniper's husband. I don't remember his name. And I don't even remember him appearing in the anime at all, but apparently he did. In terms of what he did, I don't know. We'll put him there. Sycamore got actually a lot of episodes to him. He was also one of the main guys helping Ash with the Ash Greninja thing. Actually, speaking of that, why isn't Greninja on this list? Maybe I feel like he should be. I don't know. Sycamore being like one of the better professors is definitely what I'm thinking. I feel like I'll put him like he is definitely like the second best. I'd say Oak is like the only one that really beats him. I feel like I feel honestly top of D is honestly a good spot for Sycamore. Actually, no, even higher. We'll put him there. Or maybe even there. Yeah, I think there's a good spot. Burnett was a great character. She is Kukui's wife. She is a great character as well. I'll put her in B just because she's really good. I'll put her like below Piplup but above Sawyer because I think she's a good character. Magnolia has done like nothing in the anime. She was like for that 4-episode arc of Sword and Shield, the Darkest Day, where they would be dealing with Eternatus. But I actually remember her being the anime, so I'll put her above that guy. Oh, actually getting through this. And there's going to be a few characters coming up that I have nothing to say about because I don't remember them at all. So that'll be fun. We can do quite a few at once. Flint is Brock's dad. He was an asshole. He left his family and left Brock to do everything left Brock to do everything, including look after 9 children, which is insane. We'll put him somewhere in E. I don't think F is a good spot for him. There. That's a good spot for him. I like that. He has his wife here. Let's sorry. His wife was a character, but I think she's F. Wasn't really too huge on her. I remember in I think one of the Chronicles episodes, she wanted to turn the gym into a water type gym, like Brock's gym into a water type gym, and she was not listening to anyone. Forrest is cool. I like Forrest. I think Forrest is a good character. Obviously, doesn't have too much development to him, so I feel like E is a good spot for him. Putting him above Nebby seems a bit weird though. The sisters. I don't know why they're on. I don't know why some of these people are on this list. I mean, they're all the same, so we'll just put them there. I think that's fine. They had like a couple of episodes where they existed, but they're very selfish. And they also took two of Misty's. They also told Misty to give them two of her Pokemon, her main Pokemon, which I think was kind of silly. So I think that's a good spot. This is James's parents. I remember them. They were also jerks. They tried to force him into an arranged marriage. So they go at the bottom of F as well. Norman was cool. Norman is May's dad. We got May's mother there as well. Norman was cool. I don't know where to put him. There's a good spot for him, I think. And similarly, the mother, but I don't remember the mother as much. Actually, maybe I probably should, because I think the mother was more supportive of May's contest stuff. Remember, she took ownership of some of her Pokemon when she had a full team, and she wanted to send some back. This is Dawn's mother. I guess we're getting all the mothers out of the way in this section. Dawn's mother was alright as well. I'd say I'd put a same level as this, just a bit higher. These guys can go in F because I don't think they had any development. They are Silen's brothers, or are they just his friends? They ran a gym with Silen. I don't remember who this is, and I'm probably going to get shit on for that as well. This is Serena's mother. She didn't have too much development to her either. So that is obviously a problem. I remember she wanted to stop Serena, I think, from going on a journey, but she did it anyway. I might be wrong about that. I feel like that's a good spot for her. This is Clement and Bonnie's father. We'll put him. He was also pretty cool. He held a pretty big role in the climax of the story as well. He had an alter personality, or an alter persona called Blaziken Mask. Had a Mega Blaziken. It was actually really cool. We'll put here. He's above a lot of these people. We'll put him. There. Pretty sure this is Lana's mom and dad, but I don't remember anything about them. But I know who they are, so that kind of saves them from the I don't remember you tier. But I also don't think they're bad people, so we'll put them here. But I just don't remember much about them, so I'll put them at the bottom of E. These are Lana's sisters. They asked if Ash was her boyfriend once. It was very funny. That's about all I remember about them, but that saves them from being at the bottom of E, because at least I remember something about them. Purely for that, we'll put them here. You know what? I just realized that's way too high considering Morrison is there. Why am I even considering that? You know what? No. Above here. And you know what? I think putting anything above these two, who are literally just multiple versions of the character, are weird. So we'll put multiple versions here, and then people who I remember but I don't remember anything about really go here, and then people I just hate go here. I mean, that's good. Mon, great episode of Sun and Moon dedicated to him. Great backstory. They had a lot. They had a lot of like development in Sun and Moon, even though we didn't like see him physically until Journeys. He had a great. He was really good. I said I put him like with Sycamore. Oh, we're nearly done. There's only 5 layers left. Oh my god. Over an hour and 10 minutes into this. Holy shit. Alright. Good thing for me is I don't know who any of these next 4 characters are. No, wait, no. I know. Wait, no. This is Mallow's mother. I remember this because there was an episode dedicated to it. Because they went to this, like, mist area and they would, like, see who they wanted to see most. And Mallow saw her mother there. And I think that person I just ranked before her was her father. But I don't remember anything about him. Am I right or am I wrong? This is definitely her mother. Because the background looks familiar. But I can't really put her anywhere because I don't remember anything about her. I just know who she is. So, E tier. Again, don't know who you are. This is Sophocles' family. I'm guessing just purely by the thing, like their face. But again, I don't know anything about them. This is Kiawe's mother? I'm guessing this is Kiawe's dad, but to me, like, this part just looks like just some random character they decided to add him for fun. I mean, Kiawe's mother, I guess, has something, but I don't remember, like, anything about them, so... What him there? The dad, I mean, to me, this just looks like some random character, so clearly he's got to go at the top of it, top S tier. But no, I'm guessing that's Kiawe's dad, just based on, like, the kind of list we've got here. I remember him, so I put him here. This is Kiawe's little sister. I remember this because she was in the league for a little bit. So we'll put her... E seems a good spot. I remember her a little bit, so we'll put her above the kids, I guess. You know, yeah, that's a good spot. Right. I think this is Go's mum and dad. I think I could be wrong, but I'm like decently confident about that. They had like they've only been in 1 episode though, so I can't really put them that high, can I? I remember decently well, but I can't really put them that high because they only appeared in 1 episode. So yeah, I can't really put them super high. Oh, it is Go because like the hairline looks the same there. Let's go. I don't remember who that is. This is Chloe's mother. And I think that's Chloe's brother. I'm going to put Chloe's mother in the exact same spot as Go's parents, because I remember nothing about them. Similarly, the kid. I don't remember anything about the kid. Todd Snap. Is F too harsh? He just kind of showed up and wasn't useful for anything, so I guess, yeah. Todd was like a brief companion in in the original series, and I think he also showed up in the Orange Islands as well for a short while, or was it Johto? He showed up again for a little bit, but he never really did anything, so we'll put him there. Mewtwo has had, like, he had a movie dedicated to him, and he actually had a really good arc in the movie, and he had another episode dedicated to him, which was also kind of cool. So I feel like putting Mewtwo high is like good because like the movie was so powerful. It would feel wrong to not put Mewtwo decently high just purely on the movie alone. Like literally purely on the movie alone because that movie was so powerful. Mr. Good Show, the guy who was like the lead of the Pokemon League in like the first 4 generations up until Sinnoh, I think. Was funny. I remember Ash called him Santa Claus in Kanto, I think. And I mean, I don't really blame him. We'll put him on the same level as Samsonite, though. I think that's a good spot. Why the fuck is this guy here? I know who this is. And I know I probably shouldn't know who this is, but I do. This is a random character of the day. He appeared in one episode, I think, and like all I remember about him is Ash's Snorlax saw his like little hat and ate it, and then that's it. And then Snorlax's Pokeball broke, and Ash had to carry Snorlax like over a mountain. Why the fuck is he here? This is such a random character to put in here because I know like there's just nothing to do with him being like he's still. There were no other random character of the day. I mean, there are probably some, but that's such a weird character of the day to show up on this list. Makes no sense. Casey was kind of cool. I wish she did more. I wish she became like a lead grabber for Ash. That would have been so good. Underused potential there for Casey. Liza is the person who got Charizard to be much stronger. She is the head of the Charizard Valley. I remember her. She was kind of a jerk to Ash and Charizard, though. Like a real jerk. She didn't seem like the kindest trainer in the world. She definitely got better like throughout the episode, though. So we'll put her like above, like just below Morrison. I think is a good spot for her. You can go there. You know what? That seems weird because I never laughed at it. I never laughed at it. Literally, that Snubble's only thing was it liked biting Meowth's tail, and that was all it was good for. Sakura, I think is her name, or Sakura. She had a battle against Misty in Chronicles, and I think she also had an episode dedicated to her in Johto. And I remember nothing about her. I except the battle she had, which was actually a pretty good battle against Misty in Chronicles. So that will bump her up. That will bump her up to about there, because at least she wasn't just used to, be at. You know what? Morrison is too low, considering. I think equal with Georgia is a good spot. Is it Georgia? Yeah, equal with Georgia, I think, is a good spot for Morrison. Professor Namba is like Butch and Cassidy's main boss. He appeared in Chronicles on like maybe like 1 or 2 Johto episodes, and that was it. He was interesting, but I really wished again they did more of him. I can't really put him much higher because he didn't really appear much. Lance, I honestly don't remember him in like Kanto or Johto all too much, although he definitely appeared in Hoenn a little bit. I think he actually only appeared in Hoenn for like a bit. He had a small arc with Ash, and I think with Team Aqua and Magma as well. I don't know too much about it. But he's been in Journeys recently, and he's like the 4th best trainer in the world. He's had some stuff done to him, but even then, I honestly don't think he's had like any development. So it feels really weird to put him in any weird spot. We'll put him there, but I'm hoping that in the next episode of Journeys, when he battles Diantha, I'll grow more attached to Lance. Never really have been too attached to him, though. These are the judges of the Pokemon contests, and then this is the host. Remarkable. That's all that guy says. He just says, remarkable! S tier is obviously too high, though. We'll put him there. No, that's too high. There. One is a good spot. These 3 can literally just be tied. I really just have no. I really have nothing to say for these ones. So we'll put them all here. And I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. I think that's a good spot. This guy, I'm pretty sure just came in to beat the other Grand Festival, the one in the one before the Ladder 2, I think. Could be wrong. Oh no, he won the Grand Festival in Hoenn, I think. Literally got less attention than Solar did from memory. I think he taught Ash's Glalie how to use Ice Beam. So I guess he had something going for him. But really, like, that's it. But I guess that's something. So below number seems good. Oh my god, we're near the end. Yo, there's like no one left. Okay, this is one of the Pokemon Rangers. I remember nothing about her, but I remember she had an episode dedicated to her. I don't even remember what she called. Brandon Loki is an amazing character. Love Brandon. I think he was actually I think he's actually such a good character. I wish he was in the Masters 8. He was like one of my main people I wanted to see in the Masters 8. Tired of Guzma for sure. Actually, even better than Iris. Tired of Leon's much better. Up there are the champions. As he should be. The king. The Pyramid King. Literally the same person I've just ranked. Like, literally just in Sinnoh. I don't remember you. You're Reggie. You're Paul's brother. You're also kind of a cool character. I put you there. Tired of May's dad. Yeah, that seems too low. I'll put you there, there with the other Sinnoh, with the other Sinnoh people. Angie had a crush on Ash. Had like a 4 episode arc dedicated to her. She was kind of cool, I guess. Put with the Sinnoh gang, play above Rowan. I think these are her parents. So similarly, we'll put them there because I don't remember their existence, but that's it. I like kind of this guy's name, Corey. I don't remember this girl's name, even though she's like the main protagonist of Heart Gold Soul Silver. I think she called Dawn a nickname as well, but I don't remember her actual name, and it's gonna really bother me. They had like a couple of episodes dedicated to them actually. I think they wanted to see Dawn in the contest, and then they left. We'll put them here with Casey. I think that's a good spot. Put them there. That's a good spot. This, I'm pretty sure this is Fennel. Am I saying that right? She's like the main like dream reader person in Gen 5. I don't even remember her being in the anime, so seemingly we'll put them there. Don't know who that guy is. Maybe I do. He looks kind of familiar. Don't know who you are. This is a villain. I'm guessing. I don't remember what he's from though. All the kind of just existed. I don't remember him doing much. I think he had a battle against Trip and easily just destroyed him though. And I remember he asked out Cynthia once, and Cynthia just replied with like a funny response. That was funny. He didn't really do much though. So I'll put him there. Actually, that's too low. There. Perfect. This guy had a Zora. A Zora. And it was actually kind of funny. But him as a character, I don't remember much about. I remember he was like a filmer though. It feels wrong to put like a character I actually know a decent amount about anywhere else but there though. So we'll put him there. This guy was this guy is the person who commentated over some matches in Unova because I remember watching some of the tournament arcs in there. He had no character though, so I mean he was a good commentator. So there. No, that seems wrong. There we go. Don't know who this is. Maybe I should, but I don't. Don't remember who this is. This is literally the same situation as Team Skull, but they're less memorable than Team Skull, so they go there. They're just different members of Team Plasma. They're just duplicates of each other. I don't remember this person's name. I'm gonna be really annoyed at myself because I know who they are. We will put her. She was the girl who basically took Ash to Kalos or Gen 6. And they met her in Gen 5, which was cool. It was a nice little transition. I actually quite like that. There seems good for her. Don't know who you are. You look familiar, but I don't know who you are either. Clubbot. The bot who sacrificed himself to save the world in that really emotional scene. But boy, I somewhat wish they didn't rebuild him just purely because they really because that was such an emotional scene. Like, boy, I wish that stayed, but at the same time, it's a happy ending. So you know what, Clembot was a good character. I kind of relate him to like around the D tier. I think that might be good, or is that even too low? No, I don't. No. I think like that is a good spot for Clembot. I think that's a good spot. I remember watching Professor Alex Silver's videos. I think this guy's name is Sumpei or something like that. He was a Greninja trainer who introduced Ash to the myth of the Bond phenomenon. But obviously, this is before he realized that Ash could actually, actually use it. But I don't know anything about him other than that. But he was in like a couple episodes. Every time he showed up, Ash's Greninja evolved, which was cool. I think Sumpei is his name. D tier seems too high for him. But at the same time, I think he was a better character than Tracy, so we'll put him there. This girl I always thought was really cute. I forget her name. She has a Mega Morwile, though. And that boosts her up massively, because Morwile's amazing. Did she have a Mega Morwile? I think she did. Girl with Mega Morwile. Is that correct? That is not helping me. Pokemon anime. No, Pokemon XYZ Kalos League. Ash opponents. Because I know she battled Ash. But I don't remember, like... And I'm now looking up the person's name. Because I'm going to be annoyed if I cannot remember it. Astrid! She made it as... Yeah. She was Ash's top 8 opponent. Did she have them? No, she had a Mega Absol, not Morwile. Sorry. Silly me. But that's still really cool, because Absol's a really cool Pokemon. I always thought she was really cute. And I always thought she was done dirty in the anime. I really wish they showed us the full battle between her and Ash, because that would have been so cool. She also had like some stuff in the Mega Evolution episode, I think with Elan. But we know nothing about her. So there. This is the guy who hosted like Serena's Kalos Queen tournaments, like the showcases. I don't remember anything about him other than that, so yeah. There, I guess. This is the woman that basically just took Serena's dream away. Kind of. Well, not really. We'll put her in F, purely because she robbed Serena of any development she just went through. Basically, like Serena spent the whole arc, the whole series becoming like a Pokemon performer. I think this woman was like, you should do showcases, and then not showcases, contests or something, and she was gonna train her, but we never got like anything back from this at all. We never heard anything about it ever. So yeah, it goes there. Don't know who you are. This girl seems really familiar. I think she had a Pikachu. A bunch of Pikachus. I think she dressed like a Pikachu. I remember her name. It's Pika something. I think she was annoying, so put her in F. This is a grandma. She looks adorable, but I don't really remember anything about her. Stoutland I don't know why he's here and Tepig isn't. that or whatever, but you know, whatever. Before Ash caught a Tepig, the Tepig was living with the Stoutland. It was kind of like its mentor, but it was slowly dying and ended up dying. And it was a really emotional episode. Probably one of the probably one of the best episodes Pokemon's ever done, actually. And it actually showed up again in the same episode we saw Mallow's mother in like the mist area, like this woman. So you know what? I feel like actually, you know, putting that low is a crime though. We never really got to see much character from him, but I mean, we'll put him in E tier because of that. We'll put him in like the same level as like Birch and stuff. Don't remember who this guy is. Don't remember who this woman is. What was that peak? No, that's not peak. She was from Sun and Moon. That's all I know. That's literally all I know. I know nothing else about this woman. She kind of looks like a commentator. But I don't remember what she did. So yeah. This is a Pokemon. And I don't remember what that Pokemon was meant to do. I don't even remember its name off the top of my head. Oranguru, I think? I don't even remember its name. I don't remember what purpose it served in the Sun and Moon anime, but it clearly had some importance for it to be on this list. Then again, this guy exists. This guy was in Journeys, I think, but I don't remember anything about him. So again, I'll put him here. I actually know the rest of the characters, so I guess that's the end of the I don't remember you tier. And none of the main characters are F tier probably. So we'll do this. Last 6 characters. Alima showed off Mega Evolution in Sun and Moon first, which was actually not first, but in the league first, which was really cool. Battled Guzma and got absolutely done in, but was really cool in the Battle Royale 151, like the round before that, which was cool. Alima definitely had some stuff to him, so we'll throw Alima there. I think that's a good spot. Acerola, probably the exact same spot as I just put Alima, wherever the hell that was. But a bit higher. Because I think we got a little bit more from Acerola. I think she battled Sophocles. And they had a decent battle, and Sophocles ended up winning, which was some nice development of him. Baba was funny. And a sneaky, sneaky trickster. He had a really funny return in Journeys, where he became like the commentator. Along with someone who's not on the list, which is surprising. Along with like someone else who was in his company. Faber was a good character, I'll admit. I'll give it to him. Faber was good. I'll put him at the bottom of C. I think Faber was good. Now I think this guy was someone who wanted to take over the Battle Royale Dome, where Kukui was the head of. I don't remember anything really about him. He was a villain. Put him in E. Put him in... there. That's a good spot for him. Sonya, we haven't had too much development for Sonya yet, but we have had a little bit. I think E's another good spot for her. We'll put Sonya... She's like the side professor to Professor Magnolia, who we ranked earlier. But she's better than her. So we'll put her on the same level as like Juniper, I think, but higher. B was a great rival for Ash, even though I think the third battle could have been better. I think I think it was a good battle, and I think she was also a very good rival for Ash. So we'll leave her tied of Karina because they're good friends. And there we go. I've officially ranked every single character on this list. I don't remember how many people there were on this, but I've ranked all of them. This is an 1.5 minute video. If you want to watch this again, go ahead. I'm gonna go get some water because my throat is killing me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. See you next time. Bye bye.